So welcome back. We are finishing the setup of scenario 5A in the Forgotten Age campaign. I'm still playing with Janny Barnes. Last scenario wasn't great. Ended up with taking ended up getting poisoned. Chose to save my medicine and not heal my poison at the end of this scenario, so I took a physical trauma. If you remember, I have a mental trauma from not being able to get rid of the search for Izzy weakness in scenario 3 or 4. No, 3. So I have a mental trauma, a physical trauma. Also, I'm only starting this scenario with 2 resources because I did not have provisions on the way here. So I did have gasoline, so I can take a mulligan. And we shall go from there. So let me start. I have gathered the encounter sets except for the cards specific to scenarios 5A and B. So I'll grab those right now. We have our scenario card. Put that up here. We have the Mouth of Kenyon. We want to start it with the Cavern's Maw side. Face up, it is a 2-sided location. Cavern's Maw. Investigator Shroud there. It has a shroud value of 2, a clue value of 0. There's a resign ability on there. And then there is a triggered ability where check your supplies. If you have a compass, look at the top 3 cards of your exploration deck. Place 1 on the bottom, the other 2 on the top, in any order. We will be using that triggered ability. And then we're going to do Act 1. Act 1 is search for the pattern. 6 stone pillars surround the entrance to the cavern, each card with a series of uncanny grooves and hieroglyphs that form an intricate pattern. Touching them causes the grooves to glow brightly, and twisting them causes the patterns to shift and change. Perhaps these patterns match the glyphs found in other regions of the jungle. I have Agenda 1. The jungle's heart. You are deep in the jungle now, surrounded on all sides by uncharted wilderness. All around you, the rainforest sings its lyrics found in every chirping insect, every snapping tree branch, every serpent's hiss. The explore mechanic, or explore action, I should say, is on here. Draw the top card of the exploration deck. If it is a connecting location, put it into play and move to it. So we're back to the normal explorer as opposed to the different kind of explorer that we saw in the last scenario. We have scenario-specific locations. We have another ancient ruins, and then we have a time-racked woods jungle location, and then we have all of these treachery cards. And ding, ding, ding. All right. Now these are all going to be for 5B, so I'll put them out of play. We are going to read the flavor text. All right. It has been several days since your party ventured forth into the rainforest once more, and each day and the hazards you face grow more dangerous and frequent. Securing enough food and supplies for the journey is a constant struggle. And you are harassed at every turn by the jungle's inhabitants. Fortunately, you have seen no sign yet of the serpent people who attacked the previous expedition, but you're positive they are out there, watching, waiting. On the morning of the 6th day, you find the entrance. It is a huge cave opening, partially obscured by trees, brush, and vines. You nearly missed the great cavern maw altogether, despite its enormity. Surrounding the cavern's entrance are 6 stone pillars, each covered in strange grooves and carvings that glow with a dim red hue. Perhaps one of your guides will understand what this means. The investigators must decide. So we can consult with Ichtaca, we can consult with Alejandro, or we consult with the expedition journal. I can use all 3 of those options because I have all 3 of those in my deck, so I'm just going to roll a die because I don't care that much. 6, we will consult with the expedition journal. I am more than happy to take that beast out of my deck and put that in play. All right, let's consult with the expedition journal. Intro 4. The previous expedition's journal doesn't have all the answers, but as you browse its pages, you are struck by a familiar diagram, one drawn by Lorenzo, an expedition member who never made it back to Arkham. It is a delicate recreation of a carving that was on the wall of one of the Itzley ruins. Many of the patterns and hieroglyphs you see in this drawing are shared among these pillars. It simply cannot be a coincidence. These pillars are surely the key to finding your way to Nakai. Begin this scenario with the expedition journal in play. Alright, so we have 2 paths known to us. That's going to be important. We are going to put 1 resource on the mouth of Kenyan for each path known to us. We have not played a scenario before. We're going to take the 6 single-sided jungle locations and we are going to combine that with ants, pitfall. So there's only 4. Lost in the wilds and low on supplies. So this is our exploration deck. It's 10 cards, 4 treacheries and 6 jungle locations. And then we're randomly going to choose one of the 3 ruins locations: Overgrown Ruins, Temple of the Fang, and Stone Altar. And we're going to remove the one we don't choose from the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, Overgrown Ruins. So we're going to move these over here. If the investigators have mapped out the way forward, we have not. So we have to actually shuffle this into the exploration deck with the 10 cards that we just had. So we have 6 jungle locations, 1 ruins location, and 4 treacheries, and a partridge and a pear tree. Now, if you note the cavern's mouth of Kenyan, it has 3 locations that it is connected to. Those 3 locations, however, are all the 3 different symbols for the ruins locations. So, in this 11 card deck, there is only 1 location that is connected to the starting location, which is the reason that we are glad we have a compass, because we are definitely going to be making sure that by the time we explore, that is at the top. Alright, so Expedition Journal is in play. Does not take up any assets, or slots, I should say. We have our encounter cards that remain. It's a fairly large encounter deck. And I'm just going to throw it all over the place because, why not? Alright, let me... It's a little time-consuming way to make sure the encounter deck is pretty thoroughly randomized, but I am more than happy to take those extra few seconds. If I get back-to-back cards of the same type, great, but it's not going to be because I just didn't shuffle well enough. There's nothing can kill the balance of this game more than getting back-to-back of the same kind of card. Especially with a fully, 3-3-3-3 balanced investigator like Jenny is. So that is set up. I can pull my starting hand, and again, I still have the ability to take a mulligan. That is a weakness. My searching for Izzy card. I get Leo. Happy to have him. Hard Knocks. Another weakness card. Cat Burglar. Jenny's Twin 45s, and Ichtaca. Wow. Don't have a lot of money, so it's going to be hard to get Leo out quickly. Catburger can definitely come in handy. The Twin 45s are probably really silly with my lack of money situation. Oh, yeah. I guess I only killed 1 enemy with Ichtaca in play earlier, because it says when you add an enemy to the victory display, you can exhaust Ichtaca, and you and her both heal 1 horror, which is nice. I think I definitely want the cat burglar. I'll hold on to Leo, knowing it's going to be a bit before I get him in play, though. I'm going to draw 3 more. Just don't have the resources to really take advantage of Hard Knocks, and I'm hoping to have a really cheap extra asset in case I have to throw one out. Oh, emergency catch. Yes, thank you. I will take that. All right. Maybe there are. I don't think there are any cards, as I think about it, that make you throw away an asset. So hopefully that's accurate. I am going to, with my first action, I'm going to look at the top 3 cards. I do not have the Ruins location in play. I hate time-racked woods. I'm going to put low end supplies on the bottom. I get to put the other 2 on top in any order. Path of Thorns there. I'm going to do the compass action again. There we go. Alright, Overgrown Ruins is connected to neither of these locations, which is not great. So I will put time-racked woods on the bottom, because that investigative 4 is going to be really hard anyway. So that was my second action. My third action, I'm actually going to play Emergency Catch, because I want to get myself to a place where I can put Leo in play fairly easily. Now I'm going to hang out in the mouth of Canyon for a little bit, because I do want to set that deck up a little bit better and hopefully get at least 1 connecting location in play before I leave. So I take 3 resources. Enemy phase, there are none. We can skip. Upkeep phase, we will draw a card. It's the Lone Wolf. Happy to have that. We will take 2 resources. Alright, we are now going to put the first Doom on the Jungle's Heart. It has a threshold of 5, and we'll take the first counter card. Test 4. Ugh. Well, that's not good. That's really not good. Alright, we're testing 4 agility. Ugh. Yowza. Alright, I have a 3. What are we looking at here? So I am at a cave location, so the skulls are -3. The cultist is -2 if you fail, place a doom in your location. The tablet is -2 if you're poisoned, it automatically fails, so 2 tablets is bad, and the elder sign is -3 if you fail, take 1 horror. So I'll at least try to get the 2. Try to get the 3 plus. I don't know if that's gonna be possible though. If I fail, for each one I fail by, discard a random card. A random card is what makes it scary. So I'm gonna try to get ahead of this and discard cards I know I'm discarding. Alright, so 5 to a 4. This could definitely ruin this entire scenario right here. 5 to a 4. +1. Alright, that was good. I will take that luck to start this. And now we go to the investigation phase. Alright, I am going to put Leo in play for 6. So that cost 6. 4, 5, 6. I have 3 more actions now. I'm going to put the Lone Wolf in play for 1. I have 2 more actions. I'm going to use the compass and try to get a location connected to the Overgrown Ruins. I get Pitfall, which I'll put on the bottom. And then with my last action, I will do that again. Not connected. Path of Thorns on the bottom. Wait. No, I'm poisoned. I take a damage every time. I'll put Serpent's Haven on the bottom. Alright. That was my 4 actions. We will do the enemy phase. We'll do an upkeep phase. Draw a card. Overpower. We're going to take 2 resources. We are going to put a Doom on the agenda. Boof! Pit Viper. Fight of 3. A health of 1. A evade value of 3. After hit value deals you damage from its attack. If you're not poisoned, put a set aside poison weakness in play. Alright, I will exhaust Lone Wolf. Again, you don't have to exhaust it, but as I say every time I have that in play, I choose to exhaust it. It just reminds me that I have done it. I will spend Overpower to try to kill the Pit Viper. So it is a 5 to a 2 with my first action. -5. Not great. Oh, there's so many bad things in there. Shoot. Alright, I need to evade 3 to a 3. This is not high percentage here. +1. Ooh, there you are. Alright. That was my second action. That guy is evaded. The third action, I'm going to use the compass. Man. Man, oh man. None of this is great. In the fourth action, I will use the compass again. So I have the expedition journal, which gives me another action. Great. Alright, River Bridge is connected to the Overgrown Ruins. I should have kept the River Canyon underneath, but I didn't. But that's fine. If I fail it, it comes in play anyway, so that wouldn't be the worst thing. So that was my fourth action, and now I will use the additional action, which can only be used to explore, to do just that. So that actually worked out okay. I'm exploring. It's the Overgrown Ruins. Shocker of all shocks. And now I move there. It is a shroud value of 5. After you enter Overgrown Ruins, if you are poisoned, you lose all remaining actions and end your turn. Oh well, its clue value is 1. And I'm going to actually move this over here a little bit so I can give myself a little bit of a threat area. And so that ends my turn. Alright. Great. Getting that clue is going to be the next thing I'm going to have to figure out how to do, but ultimately we were there. Enemy phase we can skip. Upkeep phase we are going to ready the Pit Viper. He is not a hunter, so he will stay right there. Upkeep phase we will draw a card. It is lockpicks. Well, that's going to help me get those Overgrown Ruins. I'm going to ready Lone Wolf too. That's going to help me get that clue at Lone Ruins. I take 2 resources. Alright, we are going to put a Doom on the agenda. It's 3, and we draw the Basilisk. Hunter. After a pillar token is placed on the mouth of Kenyans, shuffle 1 Basilisk, copy of Basilisk into the encounter deck. He's a fight of a 4. I mean, that's just brutal. Alright, so we are going to exhaust the Lone Wolf. We're going to take a resource. literally have 0 weapons. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this guy. So I have 4 actions. Alright, I can put the cat burglar in play, which gives me an attack of opportunity. I can't assign damage to the cat burglar because he doesn't technically enter play until after the attack opportunity is resolved. I have 3 more actions. I'm going to evade. I have a 4 to a 4. The cat burglar gives me +1. I need to get lucky again. Elder thing, if you fail, take 1 horror. I definitely fail. My 3rd action, I'm going to do a 4 to a 4 again. And we're doing a 4 to a 4 one more time. +1. Well, better late than never, so I don't take the extra attack. I definitely never spent the 4 to play the cat burglar. Alright, so enemy phase, upkeep phase. The basilisk is going to ready. He's going to engage with me again. I'll ready the lone wolf. Draw a card. It is backstab. I will take 2 resources. We're going to put the 4th doom in play and draw this. Wow. I mean, wow. Wow, wow. Wow and wow. The Apex Strangleweed. He's alert. He's got to retaliate. After the Apex Strangleweed makes an attack of opportunity against you, check your supplies. If you do not have a pocket knife, lose all remaining actions. Oh, man. That alert is rather gross. Exhaust the lone wolf. I take a resource. I'm going to try to evade the strangleweed. A 4 to a 3. Zero. That magically worked. Alright, I'm going to commit backstab to try to evade the basilisk at a 5 to a 4. I think I need to resign. Yeah, just pulling 3 enemies like this is bad. Alright, I'm going to exhaust Cat Burglar and move to a connecting location, which is the mouth of the canyon, and then I am going to resign. Alright, so we resigned. No resolution was reached. The hazards of the jungle are too dangerous for you to continue exploring. If you remain any longer, these odd pillars will mark your grave. You decide to flee from now, returning to a familiar clearing several miles away for where you can recuperate. You know that you must eventually return to the pillars and figure out the pattern that will open up the way forward, but for now, at least you are safe. There are not more pillars. We must replay. No experience points earned. No one was killed. Blah, 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 blah. So we're going to reset everything. So I now take all my cards. I don't think I took any treachery cards out of the exploration deck, so that should be fairly well set. So we should be able to get this thing reset fairly quickly. But yeah, that was kind of stupid. Yeah, this scenario, if you go online, I mean, I can't quantify this like for sure, but I've definitely seen more complaining about this scenario than any of the others. So again, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jungle locations, 1 ruins location, and 1, 2, 3, 4 treacheries. So this is right. I'm going to pick another 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Overgrown ruins is going back in. Alright, so we're going to take these 4 Doom out of play. And we're going to shuffle up, let's see, exploration deck, and we're going to shuffle up the encounter deck. So, yeah, it's a little frustrating that we didn't even advance the act, but it is what it is. So we put 2 resources on the Method Canyon to indicate how many paths we know, and now we draw 5 cards. So we get Fine Clothes, Expedition Journal, I'll take that. Hard Knocks, perhaps I should have kept that last time. The Machete, thank you. And Alejandro Vela, which I'm not sure how much he's going to matter. Not many ancient locations here. So I'm going to toss back the Fine Clothes, Alejandro. I'll keep Hard Knocks this time, because especially with the Machete. Ichtaca and Lone Wolf. Alright. Definitely could have done a lot worse than that. So this will go here. I'm going to spend 1 to put the Lone Wolf in play. And then my second action, I'm going to use my Compass ability. 1, 2, 3. Put these back in any order. I will put Ants on the bottom. Nope. I'll put Lost in the Wilds on the bottom. I'm going to use the Compass ability a second time. 1, 2, 3. I'll put Ants on the bottom. End of the investigation phase. Upkeep phase. Draw a card. Take 2 resources. We might be here for 7 hours, kids. Alright, 1 Doom on the agenda, and we pull... Oh, how is this possible? A Pit Viper. I'm already poisoned, so I don't really care if he poisons me again. But if I take a horror, then I take 1 direct damage. I care more about that. Alright, clearly need to get rid of this dude. So I'm going to exhaust Lone Wolf. Again, that is just a triggered ability, so that doesn't... is an action. My first action, I'm going to put the machete in play for 3. That does give me an attack of opportunity. My second action, I'm going to attack. Oh. I should put Ichtaca in play for 4. And now I'm going to fight the Pit Viper with a 4 to a 3 tablet. If you are poisoned, this has automatically fails. And my third action, I'm fighting with a 4 to a 3. I succeed. Pit Viper in the victory display. I can heal after you had an enemy to the victory display. You exhaust Ichtaca, and you both heal 1 horror. Happy to comply with that. Alright, enemy phase. Upkeep phase. I will ready Ichtaca. I will ready the Lone Wolf. I will draw a card. Find close. It's back, and I will take 2 resources. I'm going to put a Doom on the agenda. Draw low and supplies. I must decide. Take 1 damage. Or choose and discard an asset I control. I will put 1 damage on Ichtaca. Alright. I am going to start the investigation phase. I will exhaust Lone Wolf. I will take a resource. I'm going to discard Psychosis. And knowing what I know about what's in that deck, I will put Machete in play for 3 as my third action. Slow going here. Enemy phase, upkeep phase. I will ready Lone Wolf. I will draw a card. Searching for Izzy. We'll go right there, man. I will eventually get moving here. I'm going to take 2 resources. What's the shroud value here? 2. Alright. Put a Doom on the agenda. I grab a card. Attached to your location. At the end of the round, each investigator at the attached location who was poisoned takes 2 horror. Each investigator at the attached location who was not poisoned must put a set aside poison weakness into play. Alright, so that ain't great. Instead, at the end of the round, each investigator at the attached who was poisoned must set a poison weakness instead and discard. Sorry, alright, at the end of the round it gets discarded. I'm not sure I always knew that. I might just take that hard, to be honest with you. Especially, I anticipate adding things to the display area. So, alright, let's use the compass because we still haven't found the ruins. Yeah, that's connected to the ruins, so we know this is not. That's 1. My second action. Here we go. That's a nice setup. Oh, I gotta put one of those on the bottom now. That's 2, and then with I'll exhaust Lone Wolf at the start of my turn. And my last action, I'll put the Expedition Journal into play for 2. At the end of the round, alright, cool. Enemy phase, upkeep phase, I'll ready Lone Wolf. I will draw a card. Nope. Yep, I'll ready, draw a card. Cat Burglar will take 2 resources. I'll put the 4th Doom on the agenda. Oh, nope. Before that, end of round, I take 2 horror. 1 on Jenny, 1 on Ichtaca, and we will discard the poisonous spores. Now let me meet those phase. I'll add a Doom to the agenda, draw the top card. Lost in the Wilds. Man. More horror coming my way, I think. 3 to a 3. Oh, that was the time to pull that. Very grateful. Alright. I want beginning of my turn, I will get a resource. Man. I'm going to draw a card with my first action. I'm going to draw... Okay, I'm going to have to take care of Izzy later. I'm going to explore. The first possible action that can count for the extra action is that, so I'll just exhaust Expedition Journal. We'll explore. We know it's the overgrown ruins, so that's successful. I still have 2 actions. That was dumb. I forgot. That's fine. After you went over ruins, if you're poisoned, I lose all remaining actions and then my turn. So I should have known that, but I forgot. So we're good. I could actually have taken a shot at searching for Izzy, but we're actually drawing some more cards. Could have done a lot of things, but I didn't. So enemy phase, upkeep phase, we'll ready the Expedition Journal. We're going to ready Lone Wolf. We're going to draw a card. Elusive, not bad. We will take 2 resources. We're going to put the 5th Doom on the agenda. After exploring the rainforest for hours, you reach the top of a steep ridge from which you can see much of the surrounding area. Uncanny winged creatures caw at you from above, circling over the canyon entrance like vultures waiting for their meal. From this vantage point, you may be able to see approaching threats as they traverse the brush below. If only you had something to help you see further. Search the encounter discard pile and shuffle the encounter discard pile to the encounter deck. I have binoculars. Blah blah. We're good. All right. If I didn't have binoculars, an enemy would have spawned with me. I don't know why we're shuffling this when there's only 10 rounds in this godforsaken scenario, but it is what it is. So we need 2 clues to advance this deck. We draw this. Oh, just no bueno. All right, we're doing a 3 to a 3. Get lucky again, please. Oh. Alright. So I take 3 horror. And I can't move or explore. Which isn't ideal. I'm going to exhaust Lone Wolf. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to draw another card. And then I'm going to put High Roller into play for 2. Enemy phase, upkeep phase. We're going to draw a card. End of my turn, I discard this. Take 2 resources. 1 Doom on the agenda. Running out of time here. Draw this. Overgrowth. This has got a lot harder. And that's that. I'm going to exhaust Lone Wolf. I'm going to put Hard Knocks into play for 2. Two more actions. I'm going to investigate a 3. Just put 3 resources on the High Roller, so that's a 4/5. Oh man. Nope, that's not gonna do it. I'm gonna actually try to get rid of Overgrowth, so that's a 3, 4, 5, 6 to a 4. I'm gonna spend 2 because I need to draw cards here. 8 to a 4 to get rid of Overgrowth. I succeed. So I get this money back. Overgrowth still, High Roller still stays exhausted. I draw a card because of Overpower. That's helpful. And I get rid of Overgrowth. So I spent 1 action to put Hard Knocks in play, a 2nd action to get rid of Overgrowth, a 3rd action I'm going to actually use my Expedition Journal to explore and put the River Canyon in play. Shroud value 2, clue value 1. When you attempt to explore, test 2 agility. If you fail, take 2 damage on your turn. And now that I'm here, I will investigate a 4 to a 2. Alright, we're basically just trying to advance this deck so we can move on with our lives. 4 to a 2, I succeed. With my last action, I successfully got that clue. Alright, enemy phase, no enemies. Upkeep phase, we will ready those 3 cards. We will draw a card. Backstab, we will take 2 resources. Mythos phase, putting the second Doom in play, already running out of time. This guy. I mean, come on. I'm going to try to exhaust him. Let me exhaust Lone Wolf. I get a resource. I get only +1 agility instead of +2 because this is not any vengeance points on there. So I have a 3, 4, 4 to a 3. I'm going to pump up. I'll commit the trench coat. It's 5 to a 3. I'll commit backstab, so it's 6 to a 3. Skull, I succeed. He's evaded. That is 1. I'm going to move to Overgrown Ruins with my second action, and then I'm going to test a 3, 4, 5 because of High Roller. 6, 7, and I might as well do that. 8 to a 5. Oh, I gotta get Izzy out of play. Shoot. Alright. 8 to a 5. Oh, I lose all remaining actions. Can't do that yet. So before I would have entered there, I would have put Cat Burglar into play for 4. Alright, sorry about that. So I evaded, put Cat Burglar into play, moved. 3 actions. Great. Alright, enemy phase. Upkeep phase, we'll ready the Apex Strangleweed. We're going to draw a card. Dr. Milan. Grab 2 resources. We're going to put in the third Doom in play. Definitely running out of time. A lot I want to do. Put Forces of Jungle into your threat area at the end of your turn. If you're not successfully explore, take 1 horror. It's fine. We'll be long for this thing anyway. So I need to get this clue. Spending 3. So that gives me 3. I'm going to do this. Take a resource. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight to a 5. +1. I succeed. I draw a card. It is Emergency Catch. Get this clue. It's my first act. I get this 3 money back. My first action. My second action is I'm going to move. Choosing not to advance that deck because I want to do searching for Izzy first. It's only a 2. Move, and I will draw a card. Interesting. Alright, so I did not successfully explore, so I take a horror. Enemy phase, upkeep phase. We'll draw a card. Interesting. We're going to take 2 resources. Meet those phase. Put the 4th Doom in play. Draw this. Overgrowth. You cannot explore. I do not want to explore anyway. Alright, I am spending my first action to try to get rid of searching for Izzy. So I'm putting 3 on High Roller. That gives me a 5 to a 2. 6, 7, 8 to a 2. If I succeed by 2, I get an extra action. Exhaust this. I succeeded. I get an extra action. So I get rid of her. So that's 2 actions. I get this money back. My immediate extra action, well, first of all, going to advance the act deck. It is an enemy. Monster, Serpent, Elite, Mouth of Canyon, Alert, Hunter, Massive. Cannot be defeated, cannot make attacks after attacks of opportunity. After a pillar token is placed on the Mouth of Canyon, exhaust the Winged Serpent. This is not ready during the upkeep phase this round. But I only have 1 more round anyway. Definitely don't want this scenario to end. I don't even remember what happens if you flip that. I've advanced the act deck. That is going to have to be good. That's going to have to be good enough. So I will resign. Again, welcome to scenario 5A. It's a little bit broken. So, as I was about to replay this a 3rd time, I remembered that this was actually mentioned in the last taboo list. So I'm going to read this. If I am instructed to replay a scenario, do any effects from a previous revolution or interlude that refer to the next scenario apply? And what about effects from the introduction that refer to this scenario? Yes to both. If the previous resolution or interlude affects the next scenario, or if the scenario introduction affects this scenario, it should be construed to mean any playthrough of that scenario, including multiple playthroughs if the players are forced to replay it. So, that does mean that I actually get to keep the... I still have the... I'm still 2 resources down, but it allows me to... It allows me to keep the expedition journal in play at the start of this scenario multiple times, which wouldn't have affected this scenario at all. I was still going to barely advance the act deck and now restart. So we didn't add any extra pillars. I will spare you the flavor text. It's not that interesting anyway. The only setup that's different is that if we've successfully reached Act 2 before, we flip over Act 1 and place Act 1 in the Mouth of Canyon. So basically we start play with the Winged Serpent in play, but now we have 10 rounds to get effectively 4 clues, because we can turn clues into pillars. With Jenny, I'm thinking this is going to take multiple plays. Now the thing that is going to be strange about all of this, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 6 plus 4 plus 1. That's correct. I need to get the ruins location. Alright, we're going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am telling... Oh, Overgrown is back. I am going to keep using the compass, and if the compass doesn't come out good, I'm telling you now, I am just resigning. There is no sense in going through the motions and resetting the scenario over and over and over again. It's not going to start well. It's like, oh, you know what? We got to a bad start. We're making camp again. So you'll see how I do it. Again, there's a little bit of a problem in this scenario. I don't know how they could have fixed it. In a way, like if you think about it thematically, it's kind of cool. Like this idea that you're just camping day after day after day after day in the wilderness. Now what I'll do is I'm actually going to vary what the ruins location is as I do this. So right now the ruins location is the T. I forget what it is. So we now have the whole scenario reset. I got my expedition journal in play. I got my 2 resources. I have my horror. I have my trauma. And now we're gonna go from there. My poison's out. My charisma's out. And the winged serpent is chilling with me on that location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so I am going to use my compass and see if I can find the ruins location. It is not there. Lo and behold, I am going to resign. Right, I am now going to come back for another day. I rolled a 6 again, which is the same thing. We shuffle this, and we're going to come back for the 4th playthrough of this scenario. Alright, we're going to check with the compass, see if we get it. Nope, I'm resigning. So then we're going to come back for the 5th playthrough of this scenario. Now look, I need 4 clues. So if I only needed 2, I might actually want to see 2 different locations. But let's roll this. 1, so Temple of Fang. So if we see the ruins location, we know it is not the ruins in my hand. It is effectively the Temple of Fang. So let's do this again. 1, 2, 3. Nope, didn't work. We're gonna come back for a 6th day. Stone altar's in my hand right now. So we're going to come back for a 6th day. Check. Overgrown Ruins is in play, but that really is Stone Altar. The other 2 cards are crappy crap. We'll put this on the bottom. Now again, the winged serpent doesn't take attacks of opportunity, so all this is totally legit. I do have my expedition journal now, which does help. All right, let's play this out the best we can. I am going to now do the compass a 2nd time, see if I can't get a connecting location to the stone altar. I did not. We'll put low as applies to the bottom though. I'm going to I gotta pull my starting end. So we got searching for Izzy's a weakness. Alejandro Vela. Overpower. Hard knocks. Another weakness. So I got 3 cards drawn right now. Backstab. Switchblade. Alright, I'm going to key Switchblade, Hard Knocks. See if I can do better on these. Asset, front. Ooh, Machete. Alright, did not get an ally, but definitely got some good cards here. So, Winged Serpent's a hunter. So if I explore now and move, it's not going to make much of a difference because he's still going to come and attack my ass. So I did 2 explores. I do have a switchblade, but that comes in fast, which is nice. I'm going to do the compass action. I did 2 compass actions. Do it again. None of these are connected. That's the mouth, so I need the blue or the thing. And we will explore. Nah, that was my 3rd action. We'll explore just to put it in play, give me some place to go. So after you enter the stone altar, reveal a random chaos token. If it is the elder sign, auto lose, skull, cultist, tablet, or elder thing, it is not. I would have to take a horror because I have no actions left. Alright, enemy phase. Resolve the hunter keyword. Upkeep phase. We're going to ready the expedition journal. We're going to take a card. Oh, man, how is this? Oh, wait, he attacks, so I get 1 dar and 1 damage. Great. There's one clue on here. Not good. We are going to take. We're going to go to the Mythos phase, put one Doom on the agenda, and we grab the top encounter card. Snakebite. Testing a 3 to a 3. -5. I take 1 direct damage, and if I wasn't poisoned, I would be now. Now we know why I didn't use my medicine. Alright. I'm going to spend my first 2 actions to get rid of this, because I'm going to be hurting on damage sooner than I want to be. And then with my third, my free explore action, I'm hoping I can find something connected. I know that's not connected, I know that's not connected, and of course I get that. Man. Oh. So then the 2 treacheries that I put on the bottom are, guess what? They are now on the top. And I'm going to have to throw out a lot of cards in my hand that I don't want to. It's a nightmare. I think we're resigning, kids. With nary a clue in hand. Alright, testing. A 3 to a 4. I'm just getting the cards ready. Oh, Elder Thing. -3. So I take a horror. And I failed by 4, so I'm just going to roll for the 1 card I'm keeping. I'm keeping 3. What is 3? It is high roller. The rest are discarded. Well, I guess I could discard this too, because I'm not exploring much anyway. So you can discard cards from a random card from your hand, or choose to discard a card from your play area. I can discard the Expedition Journal. I cannot discard Charisma because it's permanent. So I'll discarding 4 as well. Oh, I'm keeping 4 as well. So the other 3 go away. That's 4 cards. So I discarded that with 2 actions. I explored, which failed horribly. And now I will put I will investigate a 4 to a 2. No. I'm gonna give myself a better shot. It's a 3. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a better shot to get that. So I'm gonna put High Roller into play with 2. Did I not do an upkeep phase? I don't think I took resources last time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I started to play with it, so yeah, I didn't take resources. I took the weakness part of that. I didn't take resources. All right, enemy phase. Dude attacks me. I get a horror and a damage. Upkeep phase. I get a card. Draw 2. Get 2 resources. We'll see what this is. Second Doom in play. Drawing in a counter card. Pitfall. You must either. I'm going to shuffle this into the expedition deck, because I ain't exploring anymore anyway. Alright. We're going to try to get one clue at least. Oh, I never read Act 2, by the way. You have discovered that the ruins within the jungle each bear a distinct pattern of glyphs, which match those found on the 6 pillars. As you turn the pillars to match these patterns, a serpentine creature descends from the clouds. Investigators at the mouth of Canyon can spend 1 per investigator clue as a group to solve 1 piece of the puzzle. Add 1 resource to the mouth of Canyon as the pillar token. Solve the puzzle of the 6 pillars in order to enter Canyon. There are 6 pillars on the mouth of Canyon. Advance to Act 2B. Now, the winged serpent, after a pillar token is placed on the mouth of Canyon, we exhaust him. He is not ready during the next upkeep phase this round. So it is now the investigation phase. I put 3 on high roller. I'm exhausting him, so I'm doing a 5, 2 to 3. Hoping to salvage this somewhat. Oh, I totally fell. Giant level. Wow, that's really gross. I am not gonna risk dying. There are multiple ways that could happen. I'm already at 4 and 4. So these go away. My second action, I'll do a 3 to a 3. Just trying to get lucky now. Wow, I fail. I take a horror. This is bad. My third action, I'm going to move. Enemy phase, upkeep phase. Winged serpent moves. He attacks me. I take a horror and a damage. So I am at 5 and 6. Mythos phase. Alright, upkeep phase. I draw a card. Take 2 resources. Mythos phase. Can't explore. Alright, I resign. That was a giant waste of time. So, resetting again. Expedition journal in play. 1 damage, 1 horror. Sorry, I think Janny is not necessarily made for the Forgotten Age. But we shall see. Alright, we are going to have to... I took something out of there. Snakebite, I think. No. It was the discard a card per... Ants. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jungle locations. 1, 2, 3, 4 treacheries. There's 2 pitfalls. Alright, I shuffled a pitfall in there. So the pitfall, just so it wasn't clear, so you can shuffle pitfall into an exploration deck, and you cannot choose this option if pitfall was drawn from the exploration deck, which is why I was able to do that. 10. So we are drawing a new 3. Overgrown humans is going back in. Alright, that worked well last time. We'll take the 3 Doom off of the agenda. We will shuffle the exploration deck. We're going to use the compass. Day 8. I don't know. I lost track. 1, 2, 3. Nothing good. Alright, we're going to use the compass again the second time. Nope. Alright, we're resigning. We're going to roll the die. Alright, Stone Altar is the ruins location in my hand now. Day 9. Compass, compass, compass. Hey, overgrown ruins. Cool. We will explore again, or compass again. Still not connected. And I will use the compass a third time. Still not connected. So we put 2 ruins, 2 treacheries on the bottom. Compass overgrown ruins is on the top. Here to draw my starting hand. Slip away. Working hunch, that's a great card. Elusive, good card. Weakness. Emergency catch, 3 resources, and deduction. Alright, happy with those cards. I will keep deduction, I will keep this, I will keep slip away, I will keep elusive. I have no assets, but they're just too good to get rid of. Enemy phase, the winged serpent is going to attack me, which is fine. He gives me, well, I'll use the expedition journal to get the overgrown ruins in play, because after you enter there, it purports you lose all remaining actions and then your turn. It is a shroud value of 5, a clue value of a 1. The winged serpent hunter keyword is going to trigger. He attacks me. I get a horror and a damage. We're going to go to the upkeep phase. I'll read the expedition journal. The mythos phase, 1 doom. And first encounter card is Pitfall. How do I feel about Pitfall? I will do it, I guess. It's just 1 damage, or it's 1 damage if I fail. 3 to a 3. I succeed. Thank you, 0. Alright, whoa, did I never, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot to draw a card for upkeep. Ichtaca. And I take 2 resources. Good. I am going to play Working a Hunch for 2, which gives me this clue. I'm going to explore with the expedition journal. The winged serpent is also massive, which is why I'm leaving him in the location instead of adding him to my threat area. Exploring, I need the heart, the circuitous trail, I think that is, and the rope bridge. Path of Thorns. Exploring is not going well. If I fail, I take 1 horror for each point I fail by, and I cannot move or explore. That's amazing. Alright, let's see what I got in my hand. Can I commit a card to help with this? No, I cannot. This is my second action. 3 to a 3. Oh, Jesus. It's really bad. Alright, 3 damage. I can't move or explore. Oh, man. My first. Oh wait. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? That was not an action. That was my free action. Not really badly. So my first action, I'm playing that for 3 more resources. My second action, I'm playing Ichtaca. So that's a net of 1 lost resource. My third action, I will try to evade him, but he's elite. My third action is I will try to... I'll just draw a card. Oh my gosh. Why did I do that? Oh man. Enemy phase. He attacks. I take a horror and the damage. At the end of my turn, I discard this. Upkeep phase. I will ready Expedition Journal. I will draw a card. I will take 2 resources. Mythos phase. We are adding a second doom to the agenda. We are pulling this. I mean, it's just craziness. So the Apex Strangleweed does engage with me. I'm spending 2 to play elusive. It's fast. I disengage from all enemies. Engage with me, and I move to a location with no enemies. My first action, because that is fast, is I'm going to place a pillar on the mouth of Kenyan. That causes the winged serpent to be exhausted, and he will not ready the next round, so I'll put that on there to remind me of that. My second action now is I need to try... I have 2 more actions. It's a 2... I'm going to use my next 2 actions to try to get rid of that. It is a 5 to a 2. -1, I succeed. That's taken care of. Enemy phase, upkeep phase. I'm taking this resource off. The show doesn't ready. There is a 3rd resource here though. Upkeep phase. He doesn't ready next round. I draw a card, and I take 2 resources. Mythos phase. 3rd doom on the agenda. Bing. Poisonous spores. I'm resigning because I have 5 horror. Not much of a prospect of doing any better. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten through 17 days. No, it's probably like 10. And we have managed to advance the act deck and put 1 pillar on. This is going to be a long route. Alright. Fortunately, we have avoided more trauma. Hopefully, we can get on a roll here and get the next 3 clues in the next attempt here. I think I might have spent a resource instead of a clue that last game, which would have made a difference, but you know, definitely made things a little bit harder. Alright, so what do we got? We have the overgrown ruins. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're missing the Lost in the Wilds card. Alright, so we're going to reset the exploration deck. We are going to shuffle. Overgrown Ruins is popular. It's hot. Go to the roulette wheel and bet on Overgrown Ruins. It's going to hit. Alright. Again, you know by now, if you've been watching, that I am not going to waste everyone's time here. we're gonna wake up. We're gonna get to the mouth of the cave, and we're gonna use our compass and see how it's working today. So 1, 2, 3. Compass is broke. We're going back. We'll come back tomorrow. It's Temple of Fang. So Overgrown Ruins in my hand is really Temple of Fang, which is connected to the Poisonous Path and the Den of Serpents, neither of which are great for someone who's poisoned like me, but we will deal with it. I think it's the Path of Thorns. Alright, so compass, first action. That was awful. No, going home. So we're going to test this again. Temple of Fang again. So we come back for day 12. Our first action is 1, 2, 3. Not looking good. We'll take a second action just because the Path of Thorns is there. Second action, is it? No, it is not. Oh, man. Alright, we're going to do this. We're back to the Overgrown Ruins. So the card in my hand is what we want. Day 13, I guess. One, 2, 3. Nope. Calling it a night. Back to the Temple of Fang. One, 2, 3. Nope. Calling it a night. Yep. Nope. Calling it a night. Going back to the Overgrown Ruins. It's day 14. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. This is connected to the Overgrown Ruins, so we'll keep that. And we'll do it one more time. Overgrown Ruins? No. Going back for another day. Coming back, day 15. Going back to the Temple of Fang. Stone Altar. Who did you piss off in my die? One, 2, 3. Do it again. And no. Alright. Temple of Fang. Day 16. I don't know. Yeah, just making a explorer when you literally can only have one location out of 11 cards is a serious problem. It just makes this scenario just not worth playing, especially when you're putting a giant frickin' dragon at the starting location. So yeah, we're gonna go do it this way. Day 17. 3 treacheries. That was cool. Haven't seen that before. Let's roll this again. Stone Altar's finally up. It's your turn, dude. Time to impress the world. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2, 3. Man, Circuitous Path. Where the heck? This is defying. Well, no. Yeah. So we're gonna roll back to Stone Altar. Every once in a while, you get a magical combo where you get the ruined location and the connected location in the top 3 cards, and it's amazing. Not that. Not that. Not that. All right. All right. Back to Overgrown Ruins. Jenny's very patient. She can live in those woods forever. Ever. Alright, we're going to come here. We're doing the top 3. 1, 2, hey. So we're putting Lost in the Wilds on the bottom. That is good for 2 clues, but we will take it. So that's 1. I've done 1 action. And now I'll shuffle my investigator deck and pull some cards. I could definitely use Milan, Ichtaca. Leo's going to be hard to get out. So we're pulling fine clothes, because everyone needs fine clothes when they're at the Caverner's Maw. The Cavern's Maw. Machete, yes please. Knife, overkill with the machete. Jenny's twins. Man, Jenny's gearing up for war right now. And cheap shot. Nope. I'm gonna keep machete. I'm tempted to keep knife, but I'll keep machete. Alright. Leo. So I did my mulligan, flashlight, Ichtaca, weakness, trench coat. I mean, that, I'll tell you what, man. Like, if I could get 18 resources and get all that stuff out, that is a very, very, very nice 5 cards. Especially with the Expedition Journal starting in play. Now look, we know we're in the Overgrown Ruins. We've been here 18 days or whatever crazy amount of days we've been here. So we know that once we enter, since we're poisoned, we lose all remaining actions. We also know there's a lot of baddies out there. So we've only taken 1 action. My next action, I'm going to take a resource. And my third action, I'm going to play the machete. And then I'm going to take my additional action now to explore, put this in play, Overgrown Ruins, Shroud value 5, Clue value 1. After you enter, if you're poisoned, you lose all remaining actions and end your turn. I know it's the worst. But that is fine. So Winged Serpent is going to come down here. After we resolve the Hunter keyword, we are going to take a damage and a horror. So 2 and 2. We are going to do an upkeep phase. So I will ready my Expedition Journal. We're going to draw a card. It is my weakness. And we're going to take 2 resources. Definitely not thrilled about that. We're going to put a Doom on the agenda. And Surge. I take 1 damage because I'm poisoned. Being poisoned is the worst. Next card, Overgrowth. Cannot explore at the attached locations. I mean, you've got to be kidding me, man. Alright, 1, 2. One more action. If I can get that clue, I can put that on there, make the Winged Serpent lose. He won't ready for a minute. Oh man, I really want Leo to play 3 to a 3. Enemy phase, the Winged Serpent's going to attack. So it's 3 and 1. Upkeep phase, we're drawing a card. Give me some. Taking 2 resources. I'm going to put a Doom on the agenda. And we take Pitfall. If I fail, I take a damage, which gets me up to 5. That's fine. 1. I do take a damage. Alright. I am going to try to investigate this. Not at a cave's location. Jenny's guns are useless. So I'm investigating a 4 because I'm committing the wild icon from the 1045. So there's a 4 to a 3 because I used one of the flashlight supplies. 4 to a 3. I succeed. That is a thing of beauty. So that is 1. Now I cannot explore from the attached location, but I was able to investigate. My second action, I'm moving. My third action, I'm spending 1 clue to add a resource to the mouth of Kenyan, which means that he exhausts and he does not ready next turn. Alright, we're getting there. Enemy phase. Upkeep phase. We're going to draw a card. This goes away. We're going to take 2 resources. So he'll ready next turn. We're going to put the 3rd Doom on this agenda. We're going to grab this snake bite. 3. I can take 1 direct damage. Oh man, I've got to get a meat shield in here, man. I'm testing a 3 to a 3. I hella fail. I take a direct damage, which gives me 6. Alright, I'm kind of set up to do okay here, so I'm not going to get out of here just yet. I'm going to put Ichtaca in play for 4. I'm going to move with my second action. And I gotta bust that up. Oh, that's gross. Now I'm testing a 4 to a 4. Get lucky one time. -3. No dice. Alright, enemy phase, upkeep phase. He readies. We're going to draw a card. Backstab. We're going to take 2 resources. We're putting this doom on the agenda. We're going to grab this. It is a Viper. Oh, man. I'm going to try to evade the Viper at a 5 to a 3. I succeed. Vipers evade. Oh shoot. When I entered, I lost all remaining actions last turn, so I failed in trying to get rid of overgrowth. In the sake of fairness, I'll let that last. So my third action, I'll test that again. This goes over here. So this is my third action. So I'm testing overgrowth of 5 to a 4. Ugh. +1. Enemy phase. This thing attacks me. There and there. Upkeep phase. Pit Viper readies. Draw a card. Take 2 resources. Mythos phase. 5th Doom. We've read this before. Shuffle the encounter discard pile to the counter deck. If you don't have binoculars, it's bad, but I do. Draw a counter card, Overgrowth. Alright. Move. Resign. I'm going to take an attack of opportunity when I moved, but at least we got a 4th thing on there. I'm going to take a break. Alright, I'm back. So we were pretty well set up last time. I was hoping to get at least 2 pillars added, but we got 1. So we have 4 paths known to us. Good news is I have yet to take a trauma, which especially with searching for Izzy in my deck isn't always the easiest thing to avoid, but we've managed to get by, and we'll see. Maybe we can finish this crazy scenario once for all, because remember, this is just 5A, and I think I've already been recording for an hour and a half. Alright, so that starts in play. My expedition journal also starts in play. Still only have 2 resources, but I can deal with that. Put Overrun Ruins up here with these 2 things. We're rolling the dice. Overrun Ruins wins again. It's amazing. These 2 overgrowths is gross. We just need 2 clues, and with cards like Elusive, working on a hunch, I should be able to pull this off. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 11. So we are at day whatever. So pretend I'm fully set up, which I'm not, and we are going to do my first action. We are going to use the compass ability, which is on the mouth of canyon, the cavern's maw, and pull 3 cards. Hey, so we have the overgrown ruins. So I'm going to put ants on the, nope, I'll put pitfall on the bottom, and I'm going to do that ability again. Ants almost applies on the bottom. And I'll do that ability again. Wow, all 4 treacheries. I can get to the bottom, which is actually pretty cool if I keep track of everything else. So those are my 3 actions. I'm not going to move because obviously I want to get that on the bottom as well. So I'm going to take the attack. And now I do need to draw my opening hand, which is emergency catch, weakness, switchblade, lockpicks, great, deduction, good, and elusive. I will keep these 4. Dr. Milan. So cards are shuffled. I have my 5 cards. Enemy phase already happened. Upkeep phase, I draw a 6 card. Alright, it's guts. I take 2 resources. And we're off to the races. I'm going to put a Doom on Agenda 1. Take the top card. Snakebite. Testing a 3 to a 3. If you fail, Jesus. I did fail. I take a direct damage. That was a 1 cultist in the bag, and it does put a doom on the mouth of Kenyan, which I can deal with. Alright. I am going to do the compass action again. So Serpent's Haven there. All 4 treacheries are on the bottom. I'm going to explore. I lose all my actions. It's so tilting. 2 actions left too. It's so stupid. It was really dumb. It's really, really dumb. Man, I could have at least set up the whole deck. That was really stupid. Alright, enemy phase. Resolve the hunter keyword. Take a damage and a horror. Upkeep phase. Draw a card. Leo. Take 2 resources. Second doom, drawing poisonous spores. All right. I'm going to put going to explore my first action. So Serpent's Haven is not connected. River Canyon is not connected. The River Canyon is connected to the rope bridge. Path of Thorns. Time wrecked. Alright, rope bridge. So circuitous path. Oh, I gotta shuffle them all anyway. Shoot. Shoot. Alright, it's a shroud value of 2. Clue value of 1. I only need 2 of these things, so this should work fine. I'm going to play Dr. Milan for Dr. Milan for 4. And then I'm going to investigate. I'm going to commit Leo because I'm just not going to get him in play, and I just really don't need him So I explored my first action. I played Dr. Milan. Well, explored the additional action. Alright, that was the first thing I did. Play Dr. Milan with my first action then. I'm going to commit Leo. I have a 3 plus 1 from Dr. Milan plus 1 for Leo's icon. I succeed with a 5 to a 2. I get that clue, which I never put out, but it was there. This is now my discard. I'm going to exhaust Dr. Milan. Remember the taboo rules. He is nerfed a little bit, and I'll put that there. I am now going to, I have one more action, which I think I will use to put, no, what I think I will use to move back, oh man, it's too hard. I think I will, alright, I'm going to spend 2, that's fast. And then my last action, I'm going to spend this clue to put a resource on Mouth of Kenyan, which puts him, he exhausts, and he will not ready. Alright, so enemy phase, upkeep phase, I'll take this off, he'll ready next time. I'll ready Dr. Milan, I'm going to ready the Expedition Journal. I'm going to draw a card, Dynamite Blast, I'm going to take 2 resources. Meet those phase. That's the 4th Doom in play. Drawing this, Voice of the Jungle. If you have not successfully explored, take a horror. Alright, so I have 3 actions. I'm going to put lockpicks in play for my first action. I'm going to searching crazy. I'm going to play Guts, try to get rid of that. It's a 6 to a 3. I succeed. This goes away. I draw a card. This is my second action. Well, there's 3 supplies on the lockpicks. My third action, I'm going to enter here since I'm poisoned. Oh, this went away at the end of last turn, end of last round. Since I'm poisoned, I lose all remaining actions. Alright, enemy phase, upkeep phase, the winged serpent will ready. I'm going to draw a card, flashlight, we're going to take 2 resources. We're going to put the 5th Doom in play, so I'm going to remove all Doom from play. I have binoculars, we're good. This gets shuffled. Kind of got one shot at this, but we'll see. All right, encounter card, pitfall. I'm going to shuffle this into the encounter deck or the exploration deck because I don't care about it. And now I'm going to exhaust lockpicks. I get to add my agility to my intellect, so it is a 6 to a 3, and then I can add more intellect cards. 7 to a 3, 8 to a 3, 9, I'm sorry, 8 to a 7 to a 6 to a 3, 7 to a 3 because of Dr. Milan, 8 to a 3, 9 to a 5, 10 to a 5. Alright. 10 to a 5. Only one thing in here that totally busts my balls, and it's not that great. get this clue. I exhaust Dr. Milan. I get this resource. That was my first action. My second action, I'm going to move here. My third action, I'm going to spend this clue. Add the 6th pillar to the mouth of Kenyon. And if there are 6 pillars total, advance to Act 2B. With a deep rumbling that shakes the ground outside, something inside the cavern shifts. In a distinct sequence, the 6 obelisks slowly descend into the ground, twisting and turning. The serpent creature that guarded the cavern lets out a shriek of anger and hate before flying off and vanishing behind the tree line. One by one, the stone pillars disappear into the dirt, and the earth stops shaking. Dun, dun, dun. All right. We're going to go to here. Resolution 1, swallowing your fear, you enter the cavern. In your campaign log, record the jungle watches. Next to this, in parentheses, record the names of each card each card with vengeance X in the victory display. That would be a big fat 0 cards. I do record the jungle watching anyway, just to remind future me that I didn't forget to write this down. There just literally was nothing there. I get victory X equal to alright, so overgrown ruins will enter there, so I get 2 victory points, which is fine. Actually, I'm just going to put that over here and keep that in the victory display so I don't forget next time. And then we proceed to part 2. Now, part 2 is considered to be a separate scenario from part 1, so I don't have to worry about losing 2 resources. But at the same point, I don't start with the expedition journal in play. So yeah, that's 5A. Look, I'm torn about it. I think if you really kind of want to get into the theme of it, the idea of like trudging through the jungle day after day after day and just never really getting started. I mean, you can get into that and play it up. It does seem to be a very strange setup where, if you're doing a risk-reward analysis, I mean, to keep going when you just have such a poor setup, I mean, it makes no sense. But, it is what it is. I remember that the first time I played this campaign, I found a couple of the scenarios just really oddly repetitive, to the point that it made me not like them. And over time, the only one that still kind of bothers me, because this is probably my favorite campaign of the bunch, still one that still bothers me is 5A. I'm just like, oh, come on, man, why am I doing this again? But it is what it is.